You know, Bruno must have the fucking muscle power of like a Mustang in his legs to hump that much.
Yeah, dude, he could like bench press a Buick or do like whatever what they do with their legs. Anyway, Mighty Furtado, Chris is back. Let's get into this.
Is he? I don't see him.
I see him. He's joining now.
Oh.
Press. Yes, I just burped breasts.
So this is the inside story of May 1st. It's about to come to fruition.
Okay, I hope that's better. I don't boot up my computer for like 4 days and I immediately get a blue screen.
No, yeah, you sounded fine before, so that crash sucked, but yeah. So,
well, yeah. So I was gonna just say, do you remember when we did that Minecraft sort of games episodes?
Yeah. I remember.
I watched that recently, and you make me laugh so hard in those fucking episodes. Anyways, so yeah. 3KB was a decent size at the time. Rich was bigger when he was around me because he looked at my breast. Rich, how do you know Chris? And then we'll get Chris to tell us about how he met Phil. And
well, through 3KB.
Must have been, right?
We started interacting on like Twitter and stuff like that. Yeah, it was through that.
So Chris, how the hell did you get involved with Phil, me, and Brunel?
Yeah. So I mean, like. The main thing was I had reached out to him back in the YouTube days. He had, I think I private messaged him on YouTube, and I told him, I'm like, hey, you know, I kind of wanted to create him a website, and I had a little bit of experience because back in high school, I was taking like in Canada, they call it like a co-op placement, but I think in the US, they called it like an internship. So I was taking it at this like kind of like computer store thing in my area, and I kind of like that's kind of how I started in IT, was doing that. So I had a little bit of experience building websites, and I kind of just told him I was a fan of his at that time. Like I watch his content religiously, like every day. I'd even have his YouTube videos playing while I was going to bed. Obviously,
yeah, it was a much different time with Phil, where he wasn't the lolcow that he was now. It was beginning, but it wasn't like, Phil was looked at much differently back then. That's what people don't know.
He actually had some respect.
Yeah.
And it was it's actually Chris's story that sort of made me sour on Phil.
Yeah, that was Chris. Your story with this PC was like kind of like the beginning of the Phil that we all know and FAP2 now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, so like when we first, I guess I don't know where I should start. Like, I guess how
like who took off the pants first? You or Phil? Did you rub him or kiss? So you message him. What was his act like? How did he talk to you? Was he just like, oh hey, or was he buddy?
Yeah, he was like a normal acting guy, right? He didn't like, just the way he was like responding didn't kind of come off as an asshole, really. I would honestly say the first kind of when I first noticed like how he was I think when he was converting over to using capture cards. I remember this was during the time he was switching over. He was still, I think, living in Connecticut. And I think I was helping him switch over to capture cards, and at the same time, I believe he was actually
what year was this that he switched? 2013, right?
Yeah, 2012, 2013, I think.
Jesus Christ, I cannot believe he waited that long to switch. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, so like during that time, and I don't know if the videos are still out there. I think there was a YouTuber, Evil AJ. I forget his full YouTube.
Yeah.
He actually made a video of this where there were actually screen grabs of the way of like me typing in the chat, I believe, and then the way that DSP was responding, and you can kind of tell he was being an asshole at that time. And I think that's kind of when it kicked in. I was like, this is kind of not who I associated with at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, where to really pinpoint it on, like what caused him to start acting like that. But I can't say what I can say is, when we first started creating the website for him, and when we built the computer for him, he was actually like very, not generous, but he was like very thankful for it, right? So, yeah, it was definitely like a kind of like a weird situation. And then after that, I like his content just wasn't doing it for me anymore, so I just kind of like stopped watching his content. It's just the way he kind of like acted towards the streams, and everybody's seen like the videos that have been produced about him, and none of it is out of context. There can be a couple ones there that are out of context, but you know, most of the shit that he's said before in the past is kind of truly how he is, and it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy to me that people kind of still fall for his shenanigans, and it's kind of sad in a way.
So you built his website. Everything was good. Mm-hmm. He essentially took care of you guys for that, right?
His website, yeah, I believe he actually did pay for the hosting of the website. He paid for the hosting, he paid for the domain, and I think the server costs he paid for, basically.
Did he pay for your work on it?
Yeah, he never paid you guys.
No. We did it out of pocket. We basically told him that it was kind of like for our co-op placement internship.
Okay,
so we kind of did it out of
okay. So fair enough. We're not going to throw any shade at him for that. I understood.
Yeah. So how does the PC thing come into play? He messaged you?
No, I messaged him because as a fan of his, I wanted him to get into like, you know, doing PC gameplay, because at that, like during the same time, that's when I started moving away from consoles myself and going into PC. I got like my first computer when I got my first job. I was like, my first year of high school. So that's
Dude, I remember when you worked. We used to get mad at you because you had to go to work and not play Minecraft with us.
Yeah. So that was like my first part-time job that I had while I was in high school. So basically, I just messaged him on YouTube one day and I told him that, you know, I'd be willing to build a computer for him. So I did. He sent me the money. I went to what we call here, like we have Canada Computers, which is kind of like, what's that big one in the US?
Micro Center, maybe.
Something like that. So I, you know, bought all the parts, and then I just built it and sent it to him.
But there was a controversy, wasn't there? Like you sent it.
Oh yeah. There was a lot.
Now pause a second. Was there any kind of like payment for the work that you did on top of it?
I did not do that. I did that out of like kindness. I literally, as a fan, I wanted to build him a computer so I can see him play computer games. And I remember, I think when he first got the computer, like one of the first games he played was Witcher 2, and I was excited to see him play that. And
so then, he never gave you anything.
No, I never asked for it, and he never like said, you know, do you want me to pay you or anything? He never said anything to that.
But that's what you do. That's just what you do out of respect. Like I had a fan created "This is how you don't play" of my videos recently, and I paid them. Like, it shouldn't have to be said. It shouldn't have to be like, oh Christ. Anyway, continue.
So I saw the video. I think. So when he got the computer, I know he filmed like an unboxing, and he said there were like a couple comments that he made saying that the computer was chipped. And I think we had discussed that through like the forums that on the website that we built, that, you know, we packaged it as best as we could, because at that time I was doing my co-op placement at a computer shop. So they have sent out computers to the US and throughout Canada. So they gave me all the packaging material that I need in order to ship it, you know, without it getting damaged. You know, the chances of it getting damaged during that time, it's gonna happen. You know, it's not 100% perfect when it gets delivered. So, I know that I think there was a chip on the inside, or there's a chip on the outside, something like that. So I know it got like minor damages through shipment, but it wasn't something that. You know,
and shipping desktop computers is a fucking nightmare, even for major corporations. But continue.
Well, my fucking computer, you guys have seen before, was shipped from Germany, and it showed up, and it looked like FedEx played soccer with it. So I understand that.
Yeah, I got a pre-built first-gen Threadripper. I'm looking at it right now in the hard drive bay. I had to like remold the sheet metal back into place. But continue, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. So yeah, other than after that video, to me, I didn't really think anything of it. But I think honestly, I don't like recall how long ago it was after that. Oh, also one thing I wanted to throw in is I actually also paid the shipping costs for that computer to be shipped. It was like $120.
Did he reimburse you with those?
No.
Of course not.
Oh, for fuck's sake! He didn't reimburse you with the shipping
No,
costs.
he just took advantage. He just said, "Oh yeah, great, thanks, see ya."
What a dickhead! What a dickhead!
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Listen, support my family. Ship me a computer for free.
So continue. So when you saw that video of him bitching,
Yeah.
like what happened from there? How did
Well,
like? What
It
was
was
your reaction?
it wasn't really him bitching, but I think after that video, I didn't really pay too much attention to it. I think that's when I honestly don't know the whole timeline because I've been so out of loop of what's going on with DSP. So I know when like This Is How You Don't Play started. There were other videos as well that were created, not just primarily This Is How You Don't Play, but just like other other types of those videos. And I think that's when I kind of noticed is like he didn't seem like he was very grateful for what I built, because there were also chat logs as well of him saying that at that time I sent him out of date hardware. I did a horrible job putting the computer together. I think he said something about the RAM, like some of the RAM stick wasn't working. Yeah. So I think after that, like once I saw those chat logs, I'm like, yeah, maybe this isn't for me anymore. So that's when I kind of like stopped working on the website and just like kind of like stopped watching his content altogether. Yeah.
Yeah, I never knew if he had paid you or anything. I'm so surprised that he didn't even pay for the shipping.
Now, now, just to completely like exonerate you, like, did you do like normal stress testing on the computer and stuff before you sent it out? And
yeah. So like one of my
dude, I remember. Sorry to cut you off. I remember the day you built that thing, and I had talked to you, and you said that you couldn't do something or you were busy because you were stress testing that PC. And you did it for 24 hours. I remember that day.
So one of my not objectives, but like one of the things I had to do for my courses, that like a goal that I set for myself was to actually build a computer, and this was at the time when I had my internship. Like I said, I was working at the computer store, so I basically used the programs that they use to make sure that whenever they built a computer and send it to a customer, that everything was 100% ready for the customer to use when they got it, right? The hard drivers were all working. I think I don't remember entirely what the computer had. I think I had like an SSD. It had like 16 gigs of RAM. At that time, I believe he was either using a 560 or a 660 GPU. He was using like an Intel i7.
Sounds about right for the time period.
It was a decent computer.
It wasn't like high end, because during that time, I don't know what the prices of like a high end spec computer was going for at that time, but there has been videos out there, and I provided the proof. I don't have the proof anymore, but there were some comments that he made as well, saying that I think it was something about the money he sent.
Oh God.
I think he
didn't pay you for the work, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember the comment he made, but it was something regarding the money that he sent me for the computer. But I ended up showing proof, and I know that there's a video out there, and I screenshotted it of my email address and Phil's email address, him sending me the total amount, and then there was actually also an image of the receipt, how much I paid for all the parts of it as well.
Remember that he said something on the lines of like there was a discrepancy and you didn't use all the money or some stupidity or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I remember that. I don't remember the details, but
I think in a way what he was basically trying to say was like I kind of like pocketed some of the money. But that wasn't the case.
Which is bullshit, because you also paid for it to be fucking shipped.
Yeah.
You paid for it to be shipped. He didn't pay you for the work that you put into building the PC, and then tried to say that the money he sent you just for the parts is that you skimmed off the top. You can't make this shit up with this guy. You can't. And he hasn't changed at all. He's exactly the same, if not worse now. He is. Dude, yeah, so Chris, I mean, thank you for coming on, man. That was, it was interesting to hear the backstory behind that too.
Yeah, no worries. Like, I mean, I I don't know if there's really anything else. The only two things that I can think off the top of my head are, you know, the website that I built him and the gaming computer that I built him.
Yeah, I remember after that you were pretty much done with him because he was such a dickhead about it. I remember all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was pretty much done after he was like transitioning into like full-on direct capture.
So he never ended up using the computer on a daily basis. He ended up buying a different rig, didn't he?
I don't know how long ago after that. I know he used it for a bit because he had created YouTube videos of him, of like testing out random PC games. I think one of them was like The Witcher 2. I don't remember what else he had on or what else he tested, but I know there were like a series of videos that he made. And I don't remember 100% at that point so when he actually got his computer, he actually was not using it like direct capture. So like when he was playing the games and creating content for it, he wasn't actually saving that footage onto his hard drive to upload. He was actually still at that time using his camera.
Pointing a fucking camera
at his TV, yeah.
And he was playing The Witcher 2 terribly too. So I remember that's actually when I think I first heard of Phil. Someone's like, yo, you have to see this guy spazzing over Witcher 2 and it's all his fault. And he's like blaming the game. And that was when I think then the Sopa and Pippa stuff is the other thing that I heard about Phil, which he actually did a decent job covering that in his defense. But oh man, yeah. So that is, dude, that's just so shitty.
Yeah,
that's
and I think after that he ordered another computer,
which had issues too.
I remember him as well.
Yeah, he was trying to play what was that fucking game, and it was kept on stuttering. Rage. And,
yeah.
Well, unbelievable. I can't believe you did that. That's ridiculous. I miss you, buddy.
Yeah, man. So thank you for coming on and finally giving the full story of that. Congratulations on getting married soon.
No worries.
And I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, doing things in IT. And again, thank you for clearing up this story on Phil. It was incredible.
No worries. It's my pleasure. You know, like I said, I don't watch his content anymore. After
most people don't, except us.
Yeah, unless you are, watching his content just to see his derailment, then by all means, go for it.
That's what we watch it for.
I think that's the only way you can enjoy it, really.
It's basically watching a freight train going 1 mile an hour go off the rails for years. It's spectacular.
Yeah, we're gonna watch actually after Chris. We're gonna watch when you sent him the computer. So
yeah, if you guys watch that, I'll watch it on the stream. I'm actually just gonna go and eat late dinner. I just got back from Christmas festive, so I will. Yeah, I'll tune in on the stream. Sure.
Go do your thing, man. Thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for talking about that story.
Thanks, man.
No worries.
Right.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, peace out.
Later, dude.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, he brings back some amazing moments of that. Let me just thank him and say his again quick.
ESP Gaming unboxing.
Yeah, so just to fill in some of the blanks there. Back in the day, YouTube, it was so crazy because all these people knew each other. Like, I knew you, you knew me, Phil knew me, you knew Phil.
Cucumbers.
We all, you know what I mean? We all talked. Oh, thank you, DSP Stick.
I think it's this top one here. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one where he's a dick. This is it.
What's going on there?
Is this the one that...
Everyone, as you can see...
Listen to that voice!
I've received my new PC, and what I want to do is unbox it.
Oh, Chris just subbed to us.
For everyone, because...
Did he? Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, man.
Mighty Furtado, thank you, man.
By the way, guys, go check out his channel. I don't know if he even streams anymore. I've seen him go live once in a while. It's amazing listening to his story. He's got stories that are hilarious.
To unbox it.
Is this the one?
The first thing I gotta do...
Chris, is this the one? Let us know in the chat. I think it is.
So this is my new
That's
PC.
it,
This
yeah.
was built by Chris and Tego,
That's it?
who are the
Okay.
original creators of my website, thekingofhate.com.
I'm gonna piss real quick, and then I'll put you full screen. This is it. Beautiful.
Cucumbers.
I can't fucking wait. So here's Jay to tell you more.
Swag Bay just sub 3 months. Thank you. He says 90 days of supporting the family and birds